make a bag in the hoop. Let's do it.
It's Arika Shabliss with another tutorial. It's been a while, but I'm back. Guess what we're making? Not a softball, but a softball bag. Stick around. Let's do it. Alright, we're going to do the Nosy Pepper softball bag. I will leave her link in the description. I'm going to do the 5x7. You can do the different sizes. I believe she has a 6x10 on the ball bags, but you can check that out. So you would definitely need your hoop. You're going to definitely need the neon vinyl from my punk embroidery, unless you're doing the baseball, which you could use the white. You're going to need red thread for either bag. I'm going to use the softball bag. You're going to need your lining. I have a couple pieces here. You're going to need, what is that on there? Okay. You're going to need a zipper. You'll need the red zipper for either bag, the baseball or the softball. You'll need some clips. That'll be at the end. I always have my seam ripper and my applique scissors. That's just what I prefer to use. You'll need some scissors or a rotary cutter. And I'm going to use this clip here, which is called a D-ring on a clasp. This is a clasp D-ring. You could use a split ring if you want. I chose the gold one because I figured the silver may not contrast the way I like. You're going to need some tape, and you may need a ruler. I'm not going to use a ruler. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow, but you may need that ruler. I have my softball just here for inspiration, kind of look and see what I'm doing. You also need your stabilizer, which you could do cutaway or tearaway. I teach people to do the cutaway just because the bag will make a crunchy sound with the tearaway. I believe that is all we'll need for this tutorial. You'll need some glue the way I teach it, and I cannot find my clear glue. I'm hoping by the time I finish this tutorial I'll find it. If not, I'll be using this one here, which it leaves a white marking that I don't like. So hopefully I'll find my clear glue to seal up the bag. You can sew it as well, but yeah, I don't have time for that. All right, so we're gonna move on. Let's do it. All right, I'm taking my scissors, and what I do for my 5x7, actually for all my bags, just about, I just put it over it and kind of see where I want it to go. I make sure there's spacing on all sides, and I cut away. And that's what it's called. It's called cut away. So I'm cutting away, cut away. All right, so I'm going to open up my hoop. This is the 5x7. I'm going to use the NQ 1700E, but you can use your PE 800. I used my PE 100 the other day for my patches. I need to use it more. I need to use the 5x12. That's what I need to work on. Using that more. All right. So hoop it up. And then you're going to meet me at the machine. And we're going to start with step 1. All right. You're going to need your zipper. All right. You see that I have my pattern loaded. I did in the software flip it because I like my zipper to go this direction. It was the other way. So if you don't know how to do that, I guess I could show that real quick in my Embroidery software. I do use Embroidery, so if you don't use that, then you would have to do that yourself with your own software. For those who want to know how I flip my bag in my embroidery software, which I use Embroidery, I just opened up the Nosy Pepper design, and then I went up here to I clicked on it. Make sure you have it highlighted. That's what I want to flip. Then I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to turn it. So I'm going to click here, and 2 clicks. And now my setup went from the, what do you call this over here? I'm going blank, guys. What do you call it? Oh, the zipper. The zipper over here was over here. So I'm gonna go back and show you. Doop, doop. My zipper was over here, and then I click these little arrows. Doop, doop, and now it's over here. And that's how I teach it, and that's how I like it. I want my zipper placement here. Hope this helps. All right, I've loaded up my red thread, and I am going to start with first step. right, now we have the placement stitches. I want to talk about the zipper real quick. You can use a 7-inch zipper. You would just run the risk of it jamming with your end piece there and your zipper head. So I suggest just getting a bigger one, which is what I'm going to do. It's much longer, but that's okay. I know I'm going to be safe. So I'm going to place it here. You could tape it down. I don't tape a lot with the zipper. I'm just going to let that down and go with the flow. I made sure my teeth were on that, let's see, one. You have a top line, and then this is your zipper here. I'm going to be on the, so if you go from the top, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. The zipper teeth are on that third line for this particular pattern. And we're going to go. And then once it does that first part, I just let go and then let it go. Before we move on to the next step, this is where I like to take it off the machine and then take out this part here. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, I flipped my hoop over. This was the front. I'm flipping to the back. And this is where I use my seam ripper and my applique scissors. You could use whatever you feel comfortable with, but this is what I do. I'm just going to unzip that so I can see where that is. This is the part that I want to take out, where that zipper opens. So I'm gonna go in here, and so from here to here is what I'm going to take out. I'm just going to cut it a little bit. I'm not cutting the stitches, I'm cutting right above the stitches. I'm going to zip that back up. And then I just want to expose. We just want to expose that zipper, so when we get ready to Alright, so we're going to just expose this part where the teeth are. I'm just going to take that out. I'm not cutting those stitches there. I'm going to take my seam ripper. For some reason it's jamming on me. You could use your scissors all the way down, but I like to use my seam ripper. Here we go. I'm just going to expose that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to use that seam ripper again. And now I'm just going to go all the way down. I started off kind of funky down here. Alright, so we're going to do that. You can either expose your zipper or do that at the end. I just prefer, it's just easier that way for me. Now we're going to do the bottom and the top part at the same time because it's going to stitch a line to tack it together. So I'm just going to, you can use the measurements in the pattern from Nosy Pepper. I'm just going to grab a piece real quick. You can pre-cut it. Have it already ready. I see that I need this much. Let me go grab another piece real quick. Oh, good. That tape just cut me. Oh my goodness, that hurt. Alright. Move your tape out the way. Especially if you have one with these sharp teeth. It got me good. All right, so I'm going to get a piece like so. All right, once you have your two pieces, you need to make sure that it is cut with a straight edge. So yes, you will need your ruler. I'm just gonna cut this real quick because we're gonna put this flat up against the zipper teeth. So I'm just going to make sure I have a straight edge. I'm gonna use my, whatever this thing called, I always forget. Rotary cutter. Every time I forget that thing. All right, so I have a straight edge for my bottom part. And I'm going to do a straight edge for the top part. All right. So for this next part, you're going to place your straight edge that you cut against the zipper teeth for the bottom and for the top. And you're going to tape it in place. So that was that, and this is this. So it'll be like this. And then I'm going to tape it. You can use your, I may use my painter's tape. I'm just thinking it may hold down a little bit better. Use some painter's tape. You know what I may do? I may do it like this first. I'm extending the tape outside of my lines because I don't want the needle to hit the tape as much as possible. Try to avoid it. Right, that's one part. And then I'm going to go back and do the painters. Or I may not. Alright, so I'm going to do this again. Against the teeth. Or I could probably use, let me do this now. Now that I have that one down, I'm going to do this. It's just temporary. Just gonna tack it down real quick. Alright, so now we're going to go to the machine, and then it's going to do 2 lines across here. Alright, we're on step 3, and it's going to tack that line down. Call the tape a little bit. All right, because that tape was caught in there a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And then what it's going to do next for step 4, it's going to tack this top part here down. Once it does your top part, it's going to immediately want to go and do this bottom part. I am going to take this tape off. All right, let's do the bottom. I had the tape a little bit over too far. Go ahead and take that off. Use my seam ripper just to lift it. Just a little bit. Alright, so once you have that done, you are now on step 6. And 6 is actually doing the stitching for the ball, the stitching that's on the balls. So you can just leave it. Don't have to take it off the machine just yet. We're going to do the stitches. During this process, my bread did break, and I took the moment to show or to record a short. So let me show you real quick what I did. There's a hand wheel on the side. A lot of people don't realize you can use that along with your stitch count here to go backwards. If you want to go back, let me just show you real quick. The little minus and plus symbol right here. This will allow you to go back some stitch counts. Let me move this out the way. And see, that will allow you to go back. I saw where the thread broke, but then I also used this here to let my needle down to make sure I was in the right spot. So utilize your hand wheel when you are doing your embroidery. It's just like on your sewing machine. Alright, once you do your baseball stitches, which I love these stitches. I like that it has an open feel to it. So look at that. I love those stitches. It's not just a satin stitch. It's an actual stitching. I love it. So now we are going to do step 7, which is to tack down your lining. And you're going to do the top lining only first. Let me show you that. Alright, to place your lining, you're going to need some tape to tape it down. Whatever tape you want to use. You're going to need a piece of your lining. I'm actually going to use probably this piece here so I can have all that. Alright, so you are going to, I suggest using an iron, or you could finger press it, but just an iron will give you a crisp edge. And you need a piece that's going to go right above here because it's just going to tack it down here. So you only need this much. So use your measurements. I'm just going to cut a piece real quick. I am going to iron it because I want a crisp edge. So I'm going to go and take the iron, and it's going to take it down like that. It's going to go across here. Once you have a piece of fabric, you're just going to fold it in half. And I got another piece. You're going to fold it in half. Make sure that it extends outside of this line here. And then you're going to, let me take this down. Seam ripper comes in handy for a lot of things, which is why it's one of my favorites. Let's see, a piece of tape. Alright. We're going going to make sure your fabric extends right here on this line where the previous stitching was. You want to make sure your zipper is exposed though, so don't go too far down. And you're going to tape it in place. We don't want that to move. Oh, it's blowing up today. Alright, we're going to do this here. And then it's going to do another stitching to tack that down. I may do one more piece. Alright, let's go stitch that down. We're going to carefully slide this back on. I'm just lifting it up a little bit so it doesn't pull my fabric beneath. And then, alright, we're going to do the stitching. Alright, it did that top part there, and it's going to repeat the steps down here. So we're going to repeat the steps over here and do a piece here. For this bottom part, I have a piece of fabric. I'm going to just fold it in like that because you want a folded edge to be here. You don't want a raw edge sticking there because it'll look unfinished. So I'm going to just take my iron. I'm going to iron that down, and then I'm going to come back and tape it. So I have it folded in with a crisp edge. I'm going to put it right here and remove this tape, put it on top. Do the same thing here. And I don't need this one here. Just going to make sure tape down, and then it's going to take and tack this piece down. Alright, we're going to tack the bottom part down. Alright, so now it has made the top part the liner, and so now we're going to add the backing to the front, and then we'll do the other side of the liner and we'll be finished. Super simple. Alright, so we just have step number 9 and then 10, and we are done. Let me take some of this off. Now for step number 9, we are going to unzip it a little bit. Now if you do not do the taking out of the stabilizer, you would have to do that at this step right now, which is why I do that early, because it'll give a definitely a cleaner finish there. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. Alright. now we'll need to unzip. Flip, clip, unzip is my little saying. So flip means we're going to flip this piece of the backing on the wrong side. So let me get a piece real quick. It needs to cover, use your measurements or make sure it covers the whole side here. All the way around the edges. So I do this. This will cover it. Then I need about this much. So flip, clip, unzip. The clip is somewhere. What did I do? Oh, there's my clip. Okay, I have. Here's my clip. I need to take a piece of fabric. I'm going to make a clip like this. I'm just going to take this little piece, ruler, straight edge. I'm going to make sure this is even, nice and straight. Do that real quick. And then I'm going to take whatever clip you use. If you use D-rings, you have to do the same size of the D-ring. That is probably an inch. Yep. So I need an inch of this. And my nails need to be done so bad. Don't talk about me. I have not had a chance to go yet. Anyway, I am going to place, oh, did I take, oh, it's a little bit under an inch. Yeah, it's a little bit. So let me cut off just a little bit. It's probably a 3/4 inch. So it's right under it. Take that off. Let's see if that'll fit now. Yep. So this is a 3/4 inch. So I'm just gonna take that. Yep. And then this is your clip part. So flip, clip, unzip. So we unzipped. We're going to place the clip inside the bag like so. The clip part goes in the folded end. The open end goes on the outside. I'm going to take a piece of tape. I'm making sure the tape is not hitting the stitch line. Get one more piece. And then I'm going to put this piece on the outside just to hold that down. Not necessary, just what I want to do. And then I'm going to flip. So I'm going to flip the backing to the wrong side and take that down. People are mowing next door, so you may hear that. All right, here and here. All right, back to the machine. We're on step 9. Okay, thinking on me. I'm gonna move this down because I don't need that much at the top. All right. We are on step 10 and it is our last step. And I'm going to show you how to add the fabric piece on the back. We're doing the last step, which is just to add the fabric to the back. And so if your fabric piece is not ironed, I would iron it. I am going to do this last step, number 10. And it's going to start at the bottom, come all the way around, and stop here. So you'll have an opening in the middle. And that is it for the machine part. I'm going to take it off the machine, and then I'll walk you through turning the bag. I can't show you what I do for my ironing because I did not show that. Literally, I just use my stool. I have my heat mat here, and I just iron. Really simple. I do have ironing boards. I have the short ironing board, the mini ironing board, and all that. I just put that on my stool and keep it going. Now let's take it off the hoop. Gotta unhoop it. I'm gonna take this tape off. If the tape doesn't have the white pull from the stabilizer, I do reuse it. I just stick it on my door. And there's a door beside me. Stick it on your table, however you like to do it. Or you throw it away. But sometimes I save it. Now, let's see. Like this, I don't save because it came up with all that white stuff on it. The stabilizer. But it comes up clean, then I use it. Alright. So, unhoop. And we have our little bag. You can make the bigger one, which is the 6x10. This is like a little small mini clutch. Alright, put that away. For this part here, I'm going to show you how to make sure you don't cut this off. I fold it back because you want that part of your fabric because you have to do a turning. So I'm just going to cut this off real quick. I'm using my backup phone because my regular phone, which I do my tutorials on, is acting crazy since the updates. Anyway, I cut that off and I wanted you to see it and didn't realize it wasn't recording. So what I'm going to do is just pretend like I was doing it again. So here we go. Alright, so what I do is I lift. Ooh, they are really mowing like crazy. I'm going to lift the fabric like so. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut this part off because you don't want to cut your fabric off. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm sorry. I'm going to get rid of the stabilizer, but keep this here. So now that you have this off, you make sure you leave that ending piece. I'm going to show you how to turn it. Then up here, you're going to, I go to the front because the front, I want to make sure I don't cut any stitches. So I'm just going to go up, straight up here. Do that again, straight up. Alright, then this top part, I'm going to do the same thing. And then the sides. Alright. Anything you can save, save. Anything that you want to throw away, throw away. I usually keep these little scraps here. You can make like the part for the D-rings or the split rings. You can use that for that. Alright, so now that we have that, I like to curve my corners, so I'm just going to round this off. That is done. And then the next step is to do the lining. So now we're going to take the lining here. We're just going to turn it inside out. Just turn the back. And had you not unzipped a little bit, you wouldn't be able to do anything with this back. So make sure you remember that little saying, flip, 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 unzip. And you probably want to unzip first. So now that I have it turned, I'm just poking out the corners. And then I'm going to take this here and fold it in. And then you just need to glue this part right here. And like I said, I don't know what the heck I did with my clear. So I'm using this white, which I'm not happy about. But we're moving on. Life goes on. Alright, so I'm going to fold it in here. I'm going to put a little clip, a little glue, just a little bit. You don't need much. And then I'm going to clip them. Just be careful with this glue if you have this particular glue, because it will show white, which is why I like clear. So I'm just going to put a little bit. And then I'm going to hopefully not mess it up. I'll fold that in. Right, now that I have it like that, just gonna put some clips on it. And you only need to do this for like 5 minutes with these clips. It goes really fast. So once you have it clipped, you can set a timer or go do something else and come back. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip it. So I just put my finger in there. Alright, 5 minutes and I'll be back. Alright, we're gonna finish this up. It's been about 5 minutes. Taking these clips off. Oh, I do need my, not necessary, but this is what I use for when I turn my bags. It's just a dowel. You can get them at Walmart or Dollar Tree. And I just take the dowel and press my corners. You could use a turner, like what do they call those things? I don't even know what mine is, but there's like a white press turner thing you can buy. I just think those are easier. Get you a dowel. I'm taking my dowel and I'm flipping it over. Then I'll just start turning the bag inside. I will take off this tape. I first start with my fingers and then I'll switch over to the dowel. Then I'll take it and go punch in the corners. You don't want anything too sharp, so dowels are perfect. Then I'm just going to finger press this down. Zip it. Clean up any stitching that needs cleaning up. I normally get my stuff in from Sam's. They've been out lately. So I'm going to take one that was already stuffed in the bag just to show you what it'll look like. And then you can add on like a hand strap on the side. And there you have it, a cute little softball bag. I think it's super cute. It's from Nosy Pepper. I'm gonna do some more of her designs. I'm probably about to do the notebook mug rug. Alright, super cute, super cute. Alright, got this from Temu. And I want to use it for when I display, when I take this softball apart. So while I'm doing this picture, it looks like you just take the little things and stick this inside. Yep. Guess that's how you do it. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm assuming the ball goes, yay, there it is. And, alright, there it is. Cute. There we go. I can take a picture.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.